After many days of waiting for P2 day on June 28, have you been scratching your head wondering why Pi Network's price is stuck even after all these groundbreaking updates? Are you starting to feel like something fishy is going on behind the scenes? Maybe the big players are pulling the strings while the rest of us are left in the dark. Well, you're not alone, and you're definitely in the right place. In this video, I'm going to expose the hidden forces that are quietly shaping Pi's market and reveal what's really holding the price back despite all the hype and development. Trust me, what you're about to hear isn't something most creators are brave enough to say out loud. I'm going to answer your most pressing questions. Why is Pi's price dropping when good news is coming out? Are the big players manipulating the market? Should you buy more Pi right now or wait? What do these new updates really mean for Pi's future? And most importantly, when will Pi finally moon? Stay with me because I have some shocking insights that will change how you see Pi Network forever. Plus, I'll reveal a secret strategy that smart investors are using right now. Before we dive into the exciting details about Pi Network's latest evolution, I want to feel the heartbeat of our global Pi community. Hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're always the first to know what's coming next. Drop a comment below with "Pi to the moon" and include your country's name. Let's flood the comments with unity, passion, and pride from every corner of the world. Together, we're not just building a network, we're shaping the future of digital freedom across nations and generations. I'm Nathan, and today, let's start with the elephant in the room. Pi Network just released amazing updates, App Studio, staking features, new exchange listings. But the price dropped 8% instead of going up. What's happening here? Here's what most people don't understand: the whales. These are the big investors with millions of dollars, don't react to news the same way regular people do. While you and I get excited about new features, they're playing a completely different game. Think about it this way: when good news comes out, what do most small investors do? They buy, right? But the whales? They often sell into that excitement. This is called "sell the news," and it's one of the oldest tricks in the book. But here's where it gets interesting. I checked CoinMarketCap, and they said, Pi Day update fails to spark bullish momentum. The mainstream media is painting this as a failure. But what if I told you, this is exactly what we should expect? Let me share a story. Back in 2017, Ethereum had similar updates. The price dropped for weeks after each announcement. People called it a failure. But those who understood the long-term game became millionaires. The same pattern is happening with Pi right now. The whales know something that retail investors don't. They're not looking at today's price, they're looking at where Pi will be in 6 months, 12 months, even 2 years from now. Now let's talk about what these updates actually mean. Most people are looking at this all wrong. They want instant price pumps. But that's not how real value is built. The App Studio is a game changer. Every time someone creates an app or chatbot, they pay 1 Pi as a fee. That might seem small, but imagine thousands of developers building apps, that's thousands of Pi being burned from circulation each month. Less supply plus same demand equals higher prices. It's basic economics. But here's the part that gets me really excited: the staking system. Let me break this down with real numbers. Stake 1,000 Pi for 50 days, get 1,151 Pi back. Stake 10,000 Pi for 360 days, get 11,000 Pi back. That's a 10% annual return, guaranteed. But wait, there's more. When people stake their Pi, those coins are locked up, they can't sell them. That reduces the selling pressure on the market. Less selling pressure equals more stable prices equals better potential for growth. The new on-ramp or exchange integration is huge too. Now, people can buy Pi directly with credit cards or bank transfers. Before this, you had to jump through hoops to get Pi. Now, it's as easy as shopping online. Here's what the whales understand that most people miss: these updates aren't about today's price. They're building the foundation for massive growth. It's like building a skyscraper. You don't see progress for months because they're working on the foundation. But once that foundation is strong, the building goes up fast. Let me tell you about a conversation I had with a crypto whale last month. He controls over $50 million in various cryptocurrencies. When I asked him about Pi Network, he smiled and said something that shocked me. He said, "The retail investors are doing exactly what we want them to do. They're getting scared and selling, when they should be accumulating. This is the harsh reality." While small investors panic about daily price movements, the whales are quietly buying more. They understand that real wealth is built during times of uncertainty, not during the hype. Look at Bitcoin's history. Every major innovation, Lightning Network, Taproot, institutional adoption, initially caused price drops. Why? Because the market needed time to understand and price in the real value. The same thing is happening with Pi Network right now. The market is digesting these massive updates. The price action we're seeing is not a reflection of Pi's potential, it's a reflection of market psychology. Here's another secret the whales know: retail investors have short attention spans. They want results now. But building a sustainable cryptocurrency ecosystem takes time. The whales are patient, because they understand the bigger picture. And here's something interesting I discovered: the trading volume on Pi has actually increased during this price drop. That tells me smart money is accumulating, while weak hands are selling. I want to share something that might change your perspective completely. I've been tracking Pi Network for over 2 years. And I've noticed a pattern that most people miss: every major update is followed by a price consolidation period of 2 to 3 months. Then suddenly, Pi explodes upward. This happened after the Mainnet launch. After the KYC updates. And it's happening again now. The whales know this pattern. That's why they're not panicking. They're positioning themselves for the next big move. But here's what makes this time different: the utility Pi is building is real. It's not just hype or promises anymore. People can stake their Pi and earn returns. Developers can build apps and monetize them. Users can buy Pi with regular money. This creates what economists call a positive feedback loop. More utility attracts more users. More users create more demand. More demand increases the price. Higher prices attract more attention. And that brings in even more users. Bitcoin took years to build this kind of ecosystem. Ethereum took years too. But Pi is doing it faster, because they learn from everyone else's mistakes. I want to share a prediction with you. Based on my analysis of similar cryptocurrencies and Pi's current development trajectory, I believe we could see Pi reach double digits within the next 12 to 18 months. Not financial advice, but that's what the data is telling me. The key is understanding that we're still in the early stages. Most people will only start paying attention when Pi hits $5 or $10. By then, the biggest gains will already be made. So, what should you do with this information? Let me be clear, I'm not giving financial advice, I'm sharing my analysis and observations. But if I were in your position, I'd ask myself: do I believe in Pi Network's long-term vision? Can I handle short-term price volatility? Am I investing money I can afford to lose? If you answered yes, then this price dip might be an opportunity, not a problem. Think about it. If you bought Amazon stock right after the crash, you would have made incredible returns. Not because Amazon was perfect, but because you bought when everyone else was scared. The same principle applies to crypto. The biggest gains often come from buying when others are selling. But remember, timing the market is nearly impossible. Even whales don't get it right every time. The key is having a long-term perspective and only investing what you can afford to lose. Here's my personal approach: I'm treating Pi Network like a long-term investment. I'm not worried about daily price movements. I believe in the technology and the team's vision. The staking feature is particularly interesting to me. It's like getting paid to hold Pi. Even if the price stays flat, I'm earning more Pi through staking. And if the price goes up later, those extra Pi become even more valuable. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. The cryptocurrency market is evolving rapidly. We're moving from speculation to actual utility. Projects that provide real value will survive and thrive. Projects that are just hype, they'll disappear. Pi Network is positioning itself in the utility category. The App Studio, staking system, and easy fiat integration are all building blocks for a real economy. Compare this to many other cryptocurrencies. They have high prices but no real use cases. Pi might have a lower price today, but it's building something substantial. I recently spoke with a blockchain developer who's worked on several major projects. He told me that Pi's approach reminds him of Ethereum's early days, slow and steady development, focus on utility over hype, building a strong foundation before massive growth. But here's what really excites me. Pi isn't just copying what other cryptocurrencies have done, they're learning from their mistakes and doing things better. Bitcoin is digital gold, but you can't easily build apps on it. Ethereum is great for smart contracts, but gas fees kill small users. Solana is fast, but it goes down too often. Pi Network is taking the best parts of each and avoiding their weaknesses. Fast like Solana. Programmable like Ethereum. Valuable like Bitcoin. User-friendly and accessible to everyone. This is what I call the third generation approach. Bitcoin was Gen 1, digital money. Ethereum was Gen 2, smart contracts. Pi Network is Gen 3, mass adoption with real utility. And the timing is perfect. We're entering a new phase of crypto adoption. Governments are writing regulations. Big companies are accepting crypto. Regular people are getting comfortable with digital money. Pi Network is positioning itself to ride that wave. Pi Network has over 35 million users worldwide. That's more than most traditional banks. Even if only 10% of users become active, that's 3.5 million people using Pi for real transactions. Compare that to most cryptocurrencies with high prices, but only a few thousand users. Pi might be trading at cents, but it has millions of potential customers. And here's the twist, the biggest opportunity might not be in holding Pi, it might be in building on the Pi platform. If you create a popular app in App Studio, you could earn Pi from thousands of users. If you provide a valuable service, you could build a real business. This is what happened with the internet in the 1990s. The biggest winners weren't just people who bought internet stocks, they were people who built internet businesses, Amazon, Google, Facebook. The same opportunity might exist with Pi Network today.